Hello, my fellow viewers. It is time for another episode of Rebuilding Rome in EU4 as Byzantium. Yeah. So, when we last left off, we were losing money, and then we happened to be just kind of gaining a little bit of money. And we're only gaining about 0.68 ducats per month, which, okay. Well, when we count that with the fact that we're paying 1.3 per month to reinforce our standing armies, and the fact that it's only going to take about 2 months to do that, we'll be making a pretty decent penny. Now, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and put my one last light ship, last one there, and I'm going to go ahead and just send them to protect trade. Oh, man, they cost a decent amount in maintenance, and they're not going to help us much profit anywhere, except for maybe here, but we're not doing much in Ragusa, right? So, I mean, dang it, I mean, it's not optimal. The most that they can help us is in Alexandria, where we'll be making 0.03 ducats of profit rather than the 0.04 that we are paying to have them, exist at all. I mean, here it'd be a little bit less. So we're going to go ahead and pop them to protect trade in Alexandria, which kind of leaves them being a little bit more vulnerable to the Ottomans if something was to go down. But if we look at our force limit right now, go over here. We can strengthen our army pretty significantly, but we can really strengthen our navy pretty significantly, and that's kind of what we want to do. Now, if we look, the Ottomans, let's see, where did they move their capital? They move it over here. Okay, good. They move it over here, so they're going to be more inclined to protecting Asia Minor, Anatolia, rather than protecting up here. And that's really good because that's going to allow us to use our navy if it's superior, and it will be, because when we're making more money, we're going to spend that money on our navy. It's going to allow us to cut them off from being able to cross the this strait right here, these two little crossings that they have. And on top of that, after they can't cross, we can pretty much just take all of this without them being able to do anything about it. I mean, we can go ahead and after we start crossing, we can set Athens to, where do I go here? Okay. We can set Athens to sieging provinces, right? Put them on siege mode, where they're just going to move around and just take as much as they can. And we won't really have to worry much about it, right? It's just going to be pretty nice. And at the same time, our allies, after taking this, can take their power and push it into Anatolia. We can follow them through the Ottoman breach, you might say. So that's really nice. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know, it might be a little bit before we get to really declaring wars. I mean, we have a truce for a while, yeah. They roll over Crimea, which they normally do. Ooh, jeez. Anyways, yeah, until 63, which is about 10 years. That's not too bad. I mean, we expanded pretty, relatively quickly, already, so that's okay. We'll have, 10 years, it's a while, but, we'll have time to do some stuff, some things, I guess. Taking a look at technology, the Ottomans have kind of reached ahead of us a little bit, and that's not really that cool. So we're gonna have to start kind of focusing our monarch points more on technology, which, that's alright. I mean, it's normally what you gotta do anyways, so it makes sense. after we get our troops reinforced, we actually might be able to have enough money for an advisor, especially since we have negative, like minus 10% to advisor cost. And that's good that they're moving their armies out. They're going to protect Anatolia rather than the Balkans, which is great. So that's really good for us. And hopefully they might be going after the Knights instead of us. It should be nice to bring them into a war with Venice. It's going to kind of be hard for them to opt out of, I guess. I wonder if... No, because of all the offensive war thing. Yeah. I was wondering if a non-Cassius Belli war would be feasible against Venice. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. So we could use them as like a little proxy to attack in Venice itself. Because I mean, these guys are normally... No, they're not friendly with Venice. That's nice. I hope they're rivaled with them. No, okay. But, you know, it may happen at some point. Okay, so we're making 150 a month already. Oh, man. That's good. That's good. So, oh, gosh. First thing we're going to do is we're going to build some ships because that's going to be what sets us apart from our enemies is our navy, because we can use that. Ooh, we built a lot of ships, but hey, that's fine. You know, gotta do what you gotta do, and they only cost like what, like, you know, they cost like nothing per month, like 0.03. That's less than a trade ship. That's less than a light ship. That's amazing. That's really good. So we can use those and to just prevent the Ottomans from being able to move on that strait, which is awesome. I've been thinking about it, and I'm cutting down this fort right off the bat. Just don't see it being, you know, that effective for us. So, yeah, they're gonna be gone. And obviously our maintenance, So we can gain a lot of administrative points for some inflation. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Our inflation is pretty nice. And right then and there, we can increase our administrative technology. Should be alright. We can build, you know, a church, which increases local tax modifiers. But, it's not that great. It's like, whatever. But, I mean, it'll help, you know. Next tech, we get our first idea group. Yeah, you know, what to do. But, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, right? So it's gonna take a little while for us to build these ships. But it's all good. I mean, it's not, you know, there's nobody that, other than Venice, that borders us that could bring anything against us. And Venice just doesn't have a whole lot of strong allies. So if they were to attack us, we'd have, you know, our whole, like, four monsters going right after him. And Austria has a huge border with him, so I really doubt they'd want any bad times with Austria. I really, really doubt that. I just hope, let's see, next month we should be able to grab the next military tech. I really not want to go... I don't even know what tech group they are. I'm pretty sure they're worse than Eastern, at least, right? I don't even know. I mean, we're Eastern tech group, so I don't know. I was really hoping that our tech doesn't fall behind theirs. And I've kind of been focusing on everything but technology, which may not be great. But, you know, I've seen a lot of people do that. I've seen a lot of nations do that. And they'll end up just being the same technology as me, even though they're also grabbing ideas. Just because they use the right timing, you know. A lot of people do that too. That's cool if you can, right? And we didn't grab much, I guess. But, you know, we gotta do what you gotta do, right? 9 and 2, not a great stack. I really wish we should be building more. But like I said, the Navy is going to be the important part. Because if we can stop them from crossing, our allies will do the rest. And we can just take them out from there. I mean, with no problem at all. A general is no longer going to serve us. Alright, that's fine. I'm pretty sure we have our ruler out there, which this is kind of not cool. Okay, this is really weird, first of all. Our ruler is like 61 and our queen is 36, so I mean, you know, I'm not here to judge, but I mean, come on. Man, our I mean, that's cool that our heir has, you know, he's just, so we get a minus national unrest, whereas our current heir is plus national unrest, which, you know, it hasn't been hurting us at all. Idea cost. Ooh, haven't even got our first idea group. Yay. But the fact that our heir is like 50 years old, dude, he better already have a kid, because when he gets into his position, that's going to be a little hard to get our next, you know, heir, and falling under a personal union would not be optimal at all. I can't stress that enough. Especially as a weak nation, like if you're a strong nation and you fall into a personal union, you can like gain independence, fight your way out of it or whatever. But just as little bitty Roman Greece, there's not much we can really do about that. So, I'm just really hoping that our heir dies at some point soon. I almost want to just go to war just to put him in battles, just to see if I might speed up the process. And we will be needing... Man, we are really going to be needing... Like... Oh gosh. Diplomatic points. We are a bit low. Dropping our war exhaustion is to blame. Okay. Okay. Lose war exhaustion by having a new birth into our little royal family. That's nice. That's really nice. Like, that's really nice. Now, sadly, like I said, we're not going to be able to go to war for a little while. It's just, like, not that fun. It's not that great. Not optimal at all. So, our ship should be done soon enough. And we might have some extra money to build some extra ships real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to build an extra galley down here. Don't want to drop too low on sailors. But I mean, like, when it comes to the Navy, especially early on when everyone's fleets are so low. Ooh, I don't like that they popped them up there. When it comes to the Navy, when everyone's fleets are so low, having the sailors isn't as great as like having manpower. Like, they're not really that comparable. Because normally, like, one quick naval engagement will kind of give you the dominance, like, right off the bat. You know, it's not like the military where you're going to be getting in a lot of battles real quickly. Okay. Genoa's gaining or claiming stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the ledger real quick and just see about the Ottomans' navy. So they have, you know, a total of 10 galleys. And we have the 7 while we're building 4 more. So you know, we could outbuild them when it comes to galleys. And it's going to keep costing, but, you know, we certainly want to have that naval advantage so we can prevent them from moving over these crossings. Just cut off that whole strait, you know, real quick. And we certainly have time to do it, especially with the amount of time that that's going to take for our truce to be done with. Now, I'm really afraid that I am going to fall behind when it comes to technology. At least I am right now. And we're behind the Ottomans. We're not behind like Hungarians and whatnot. I just don't know how the Ottomans just move so quickly. That's very strange. I don't normally see that at all. When we look at institutions, I see that it's kind of going to a lot of our spots, but it's also going to the Ottomans a little bit. And if we take a look at the institution in particular, it's still just the Renaissance. Or, yeah, okay. And none of our places have actually embraced it. I mean, Serbia gave a claim somewhere. And if we look, oh, yeah, oops. This is such a new mechanic. Okay. Look, only 3%, 17 in Constantinople, okay. 2 in Athens, which I was hoping would get really close before we annexed them. I mean, it's not like it's been around for a while, so I mean, I could see why it would take a little while for them to embrace it, but still, it's a little bit slower than I would like. Our ships in these two little regions right here about to be completely finished. Now with this navy, the current navy, I don't know just how easily or how capable we're gonna be against the Ottoman Navy. I'm just gonna kind of, I'm gonna put them out there obviously because their navy is a little bit more separated than ours. Like they have, you know, 5 just sitting here constantly, and then they have this little group. It's got 5 and 14 transport ships just moving around all the time, and they're moving around their troops like crazy, which is weird to me. I don't know if they're like plotting something. So we can either gain 5 Patriarch authority or lose 5 and gain 50 admin points. Ooh. Ooh. I really like gaining the admin points, to be honest. Just lose that Patriarch authority. And when you don't have any Patriarch authority, there's no reason to be wary of losing it. Did you hear that? That's weird. Because once you don't have any, you can't go into the negatives. So losing it is no longer an issue at all. It's just like, oh, who cares? I just didn't gain it is the only trade-off. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh man. Yeah. I'll go ahead and build another ship right here. No prob. Now, next I'm gonna go away from. Oh, we're making a decent chunk of cash. So, oh man, I wish I would have looked at that earlier. We're gonna go over here, and the only difference between them is their age. He's a little bit younger, so we'll have him longer. Grab. Oh, gives some trade efficiency as well as some extra diplomatic points. The next most logical, I mean, yeah, I guess it'd be military. But like, okay, the land maintenance modifier. These guys could actually make us a decent amount of money just being in our court. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab them. And we spent a decent amount of money doing that, but we should be making some as well from it. Yeah, we're making 1.55, which is pretty good for being just a little bit of Greece. So, oh look, we have one. Accumulated 1 score. Isn't it amazing? Started out as 23, we're now 16. We've moved it up a hefty amount of places. Seven positions we've moved up. In fact, isn't it a glorious day for Eastern Rome 2.0? Yeah. I like third Rome better. There's first Rome, boom. Second Rome, boom. Collapsed, and then third Rome, bam. We're not finished here. We're not done yet. Okay. Definitely got to move back into our previously owned Anatolia. Take back the provinces that were stolen from us so unjustly. Alright. Yeah, they have some separatists. That's fine. That just means more land for us to take in the future when they lose it. Because they, don't know what they're doing. If you didn't catch the, if you didn't get the memo. So, I just kind of realized I was doing something a little bit wrong. Yeah, now we're making 2.45. There we go. Yeah. That's much better. That's much better. And next month we should be able to grab our diplomatic tech. That's alright. I really wish that we could just immediately grab the next institution. No questions asked. It would be good. I'm wondering about saving points for administrative technology. Or for administrative monarch points, I guess. Saving points just to grab, after we grab the idea group, real quickly grab some economic ideas just to get us some more cash. Cash is king, as they say. We could almost just grab a administrative advisor too. We're making a hefty margin at the moment. I mean, a decent chunk of cash, which is very nice indeed. We have 12 galleys now. We equal what the Ottomans had when they completely beat us out when it came to naval power. Now, with all this said, I'm going to go ahead and land these guys. I think, let's see, yeah, so basically we've improved our monetary situation, and we've also finally went to improve our tech, which is something that I must stress is more important than I've made it look throughout this game. I kind of just lagged behind a little bit, and I do that a lot, but you gotta be able to make up for it. I certainly do, but our manpower is still very low, and we really gotta hope that recovers within the next war, because I'm going to war again very quickly. Does our maintenance affect... Ooh, our maintenance may affect the amount of manpower we grab. No, war exhaustion does, though, but inspiring victory should make up for that. So, with everything said, we have now basically formed Greece, and I think at this moment we can now annex our vassal Athens. And we're going to do that. We're going to stop improving relations because we're annexing them. And it should take... It says 3 per month, but it also says that we're not going to be spending any on it. No, what? It says it's going to cost 0. Is it already 100%? Oh, that's amazing. Hold on. I gotta wait for this to end before I end the episode. There's no way. Oh, wow. That's so fast. So our diplomatic reputation is going to take a hit. But it's okay. We're also going to get some extra prestige, which is really nice. We're at 40 prestige right now, which is very, very good. And with all of this said, we're sitting in a pretty nice little position. We just grabbed their units. We're still making a decent amount of money. And they can't move because of the low morale, because of our lack of maintenance. Now, with all this said, I think right now is a good time to go ahead and end the episode. We've made a couple of things happen, and we've improved our tech, improved our economic situation, and we're going to continue to do so. So, with all of that said, without any further ado, I think now is a good time to end the episode. So, I will see you in the next one.